Hello everybody, my name is Kevin Ballantyne, and I just wanted to post an update on the events that happened this week, mainly regarding the Miami Dolphins and how they stomped a utter mud hole in the Steelers. I was a little bit busy this weekend, and then Monday I had a pretty extensive hiked 11 miles, so Tuesday I spent healing, basically. I somehow managed to pull my groin walking, but it was 11 miles in my defense. But I figured I post updates all the time when the Dolphins lose, so I have to post an update after they actually win, and they won in grand fashion. Even though I had a busy weekend, I was able to make some time to watch the game. Now, I don't know what else to say other than our offensive line, when our starters are in, they make a hell of a difference. There's not one sack on Tannehill, barely any rushes, and the one time I wouldn't say the one time he got rushed, but I recall a play where he was dropping back for the pass, the lineman got pushed back into him, he fell backwards, ran to the outside, and threw a 50-yard bomb to a guy, I can't remember his name right now. I think it was that new tight end again that we had just signed 2 weeks ago, or we moved up from the practice squad 2 weeks ago. This past weekend was pretty amazing between the Dolphins and the Steelers. I didn't expect, if you watched my last video, you know I was not expecting the world from the Dolphins. I was barely expecting a win. For us to play, not just to win, but in the fashion we did it, was amazing. And I really have no words for it. Other than to say that I do apologize for ever doubting the Dolphins. With the season they've been having, though, it's not too far off to why I doubted them. But it wasn't like I was jumping off the Dolphins, bandwagon or anything like that. I've been a Dolphins fan since the 90s. It was just they were having a horrific season, and I didn't see them beating the Steelers. I was talking about the mercy rule. I was joking with my friend Josh, who's a Steelers fan, and I was talking about Dolphins, enforcing the mercy rule at halftime, because I assumed the Steelers would be beating them so bad. And that's my bad. That really is. Jay Ajayi, again, I'm eating my own words, but I started this in week 2. I didn't get a video out week 1, and I wasn't on the Ajayi bandwagon. With the offensive line that we had, our starting offensive line, we're amazing. Our offense actually looked really good. Our running game looked really good. The passing game looked average. But I think one of the reasons, if I'm to assume correctly, or assess what happened, sometimes it has to do with game plan. And we haven't had, I am pretty sure, we have not had a 100-yard rusher this season. We haven't ran the ball a lot. Tannehill was our leading rusher for a while. I don't know if he was still our leading rusher after 2 weeks ago when I made the other video about Tannehill being our leading rusher. I think because we were all pass happy, we haven't seen a healthy offensive line the entire season, that the Steelers' game plan was to attack the passing game, because that's all we did. And thankfully, Gacy and the offensive coordinator and just the team in general, they didn't go that route. They played more on the run game, and it's surprising how Ajayi tore up the defense of the Steelers. Gaining 204 yards rushing, I believe he had AFC, as of today, the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So great, my hat's off to that. I didn't see a lot from our passing game, unfortunately. You'd think that when the rushing game gets on fire like it was, that it would open up more lanes in the passing game. And, Tannehill didn't take any sacks. He had more time to sit there and throw. I kind of agree. Kai Jones, that guy I follow on, he's one of the beat writers for South Florida. He's someone I follow on Facebook. Him, the Finstones, excuse me. There's a few of them. I think there's another one like the Dolphins Zone, Miami Dolphins Zone. I follow a few people. I kind of get their take on it. It's kind of fun seeing not just me and my immediate friends, but seeing other fans from across. I met a UK, a fan of the Miami Dolphins in Europe, who commented on the game, and I think because he gave Tannehill some credit, that there was another fan that told him to go eat tea and crumpets and get out of here. I'm not about that. I don't mean to bring up that little stupid subject, because that was just typical Facebook troll nonsense. But it's cool to see, like, when you join these groups on Facebook, you see fans from all over the world, technically, and almost knocked my speaker over. And it was pretty cool seeing that, and just getting everyone's view on it, and everyone seems to agree. I mean, you got the immediate Tannehill bashers, and I kind of agree with Tannehill, or with Kai Jones, that Tannehill's great if everything is working. If the offensive line's blocking, if the receiver's open, he seems to do pretty well. I also think, though, that his rollout game is much stronger than what Gacy or what our playbook gives him credit for. They're trying to make him into a Peyton Manning-esque pocket passer when he, in my opinion, excels at the rollout game, rolling out and passing the ball. I've always been saying I wanted to see him do that, and what do you know, he was under pressure, he had to roll out, and he threw a 50-yard bomb. So I still believe Tannehill's better on the rollout passes when he scrambles a bit. I am happy to see he took less shots, a lot less shots in this game, after reaching career sack number 200. It was really good to see, really happy to see. I'm almost a little, I don't even know what the word would be, but I don't want to get too excited about this victory, because I really don't know what happened to the Steelers. I mean, we stopped, Maxwell stopped, don't mind that noise if it was captured. Maxwell was able to lock down Antonio Brown, which was amazing. Our defense was able, after giving up over 100 yards to DeMarco Murray, stop Le'Veon Bell. So a lot of positives from both sides of the ball, offense and defense. An unfortunate bit of news from this past week is that we lost Pro Bowl free safety Rashad Jones. Many of you who may have watched the games or have heard me speak about him, he has actually stopped major offensive plays and has been a very, very huge reason that we were able to stop teams on certain situations. And he is a major presence and major anchor for our secondary. So, in my opinion, if we play against a team that has a strong offensive line and they are able to block for their quarterback, Rashad's position, which is now going to be up for grabs. I haven't heard any news of who's going to take his spot, but his spot will be targeted as a weakness now, in my opinion, which will be scary to see coming up when we have to face the likes of Tom Brady, which isn't for a while now. The Bills are up this week, and it'll be Mario Williams' first game against his former team after being dropped by them. We did sign defensive tackle Nick Williams. Yep, I had to check my reference there for a second. He was with the Chiefs, signed with the Steelers, played with the Chiefs, and he was signed in 2013. He's 26 years old. I wish we kind of filled the spot with another safety or cornerback or something. I don't know any news of our defensive tackle or of anyone on our defensive end, but anybody on our defensive line struggling enough to sign another defensive lineman. I didn't check, but I'm assuming we have like 8 or 9 defensive linemen because we signed, I'm not even going to go through them, but it seemed to be like all I saw in the offseason was Dolphins keep signing defensive linemen. So hopefully Nick Williams pans out. He's young, he's 26, so maybe he'll pan out into something. Deion Jordan, unfortunately, we had hopes for him coming back. The NFL reinstated him. They allowed him to play, and he's been injured. He's on the unable to perform list. He's like a PUP, I believe it's called. He's on a temporary injured reserve. I think it lasts 8 weeks, I believe, and he's still not ready to come back. But I would love to see our first-round pick from 2013 come back and produce. I don't know if anyone saw the report, but after we released, I think his name was Jones. He was the left guard or left tackle that was failing horribly He was part of Gacy's new movement last week where he started firing people left and right. My cat's going crazy. So with the release of that tackle or guard, can't remember who his name is, we no longer have any players from 2013. The only person we kept has not really played a season. Dion Jordan, he was our first round pick in 2013. So, I mean, are the Dolphins, like, is the team, the players, are they really to blame when apparently the talent they drafted in 2013 is so bad that none of them stayed? None of them could be kept? I don't hear about any of them being successful, being dropped from our team and being successful, a la Wes Welker. So, it kind of makes you think that, you know, is it really the team or is it the management? And hopefully, maybe the management got it right. I am getting ahead of myself. They had a great game this past week, so it's just something maybe to look into in the future. We can sit here and poke and prod at the Dolphins' problems for hours, I'm sure. But for now, I'll leave you with that. Stay positive. Ajayi had 204 yards rushing with a few touchdowns. Had him on my fantasy team on the bench. And hopefully Arian Foster comes back. I guess it's not too big of a deal since Ajayi ran as well as he did. So hopefully our offensive line stays healthy. Hopefully our offense stays healthy. Devontae Parker is having a good season. Jarvis Landry, hopefully he gets a few more catches. He always plays hard, so I'm not like criticizing him. I was just like, you know, if we have superstars, I'd like to see him do stuff. But if they don't, hopefully we win. It's like Gronkowski, if I dare say that name on this channel, said he doesn't care about your fantasy team as long as there's a W at the end of the day. So I'll take that as well. If Jarvis Landry, Ajayi, I don't care if the third string tight end is the best performer on the team, as long as we get a W against the Bills. The more divisional wins, the better. And let's stay positive, everyone. I'll see you all next week. Sorry for the rushed video. Sorry it took so long. I know Wednesday kind of sucks. If I were to look at my stats for my channel, I seem to get better views if I get the video out sooner. And unfortunately, it was a busy week, and I didn't get this out until today, Wednesday the 19th. So, hope you all have a good week. Go Dolphins. Fins up. My name is Kevin, and I'll see you all next time in the bubble.
Miami has a Dolphin, the greatest football team. We track the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. Yes, we're the Miami Dolphins.